On a scorching summer day, there's nothing quite as disappointing as stepping into a hot car, flipping on the AC, and realizing it's barely cooling. The vents blow out air, but it's more mild breeze than Arctic blast. Most drivers shrug, crank the dial all the way up, and hope for the best. But deep down, they know something isn't right. Millions of people experience this every year. They assume it's just normal. Maybe the car is getting older, or perhaps it just takes a few minutes to kick in. Some even consider taking the car to a mechanic, dreading the repair bill they might get. But here's the truth. In many cases, your AC isn't broken. It's just being used the wrong way. There's a simple, overlooked trick that makes a car's air conditioning system work faster, cooler, and more efficiently. And the best part, anyone can do it. No tools, no tech skills, no money. Here's what most people do when they get into a hot car. They jump in, turn the key, blast the AC to max, and hit the recirculate button right away. It seems logical, right? If the goal is to cool down fast, recirculating the air should help since it keeps the cool air inside the car instead of pulling in hot air from outside. This is actually the number one mistake. It's the exact reason why so many people feel like their AC is sluggish and never truly cold. So what's the trick? Well, the key to getting ice-cold air fast isn't pushing more buttons. It's knowing when to push them. The recirculation button, the one with the little arrow looping inside a car or icon, isn't bad. It's actually incredibly useful. But it should only be used after the initial hot air has been pushed out of the car. When someone gets into a car that's been sitting in the sun, the inside temperature can easily be 120 DF or higher, even if it's only 85 DF outside. That means the air inside the vehicle is way hotter than the air outside. If the recirculate mode is turned on right away, the AC system ends up pulling that oven-hot cabin air back through the vents over and over. It's like trying to cool down a room using a fan that's stuck in a closet. Instead, the trick is this. Start the AC with recirculate turned off. Let the system pull in fresh, slightly cooler air from outside for the first few minutes. Crack the windows slightly if possible, just an inch or two. This helps the superheated air escape faster. Within 2 or 3 minutes, once the air inside starts to cool, then hit the recirculate button. At that point, the air inside the car is cooler than outside, and the AC will start recirculating cold air instead of struggling with hot air. The difference is instant. The vents go from lukewarm to icy in a matter of seconds. It's the kind of tip that seems too simple to matter until someone tries it. Car air conditioning systems aren't magic. They're designed to pull in air, either from outside or inside the cabin, pass it through an evaporator, cool it down, and then blow it back into the car. When recirculate is off, the system pulls in outside air. When it's on, it pulls in the air that's already inside. Recirculating air is more efficient if the air inside is already cooler than what's outside, but if it's hotter inside, it forces the system to work much harder to cool down air that's already uncomfortably warm. By starting with fresh outside air, even if it's 85 DF, the system avoids the 120 DF air trapped inside. It doesn't have to fight the oven. And because cooler air is denser, it's easier for the system to remove heat from it. Once the interior has dropped a few degrees, recirculating that cooler air creates a feedback loop that quickly drives the cabin temperature down. The system can now do what it's best at, maintaining and multiplying that chill. There's another small adjustment that makes a big difference, and it's all about vent direction. When trying to cool down a hot car quickly, it's better to point the front vents upward, not directly at passengers. Why? Because heat rises. The hottest air inside the car is trapped up near the roof and windshield. If the vents are aimed higher, during those first few minutes, they help push that hot air down and out, especially if the windows are cracked a bit. Once the upper air cools, then it makes sense to aim the vents back at the driver and passengers. Also, don't forget the rear vents if the car has them. If the vehicle allows it, turning on the rear AC system at the start helps circulate air through more space faster, making the whole interior cool down more evenly. A lot of drivers assume that poor AC performance means it's time to recharge the system. While refrigerant levels can drop over time, this usually takes years, not weeks or months. If the air isn't cold at all, or there's a strange smell, yes, it might be time for a mechanic to check for a leak or recharge the refrigerant. But if the air feels just barely cool, or it takes forever to get cold, chances are it's not a mechanical problem. It's a usage issue. Just by changing the recirculation timing and vent position, most people see a noticeable difference. No tools, no trip to the shop. People who try this trick often say the same thing. I didn't think something so small could make such a big difference. They report that their AC starts cooling faster, stays cooler during long drives, and doesn't feel like it's fading during stop and go traffic. Some even notice better fuel efficiency since the AC compressor doesn't have to run as hard for as long. And with gas prices being what they are, every little bit helps. It's not about being a car expert. It's about understanding how the system is designed to work and using it smarter. So, the next time someone jumps into a hot car and feels that dreaded wave of warm air, they won't have to suffer through it. They'll know the trick. Start the AC with recirculate off, let the hot air escape. After a few minutes, once the cabin feels cooler, switch recirculate on, aim the vents high at first, crack the windows just a bit, and give the system a chance to do its job properly. It's simple, it's free, and it works. No more sweating in traffic. No more waiting 10 minutes for a breeze that might cool down just fast. Cold, refreshing air the way it's supposed to be. So go ahead, try it once. The difference is ice cold. If this trick worked for you, drop a comment below and let others know. And if you've got your own AC hacks like windshield shades, window tints, or anything else that helps keep your car cool, share them. This channel is all about simple, smart tips that make life easier. Hit the like button if this helped, subscribe for more car hacks, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Stay cool out there.